Hello, I'm Justin, the Cryptex maker. You may not recognize me. The last time I think you saw me in a video, I had short hair. Now I've got long hair and a beard. There's actually a long story about that, but I'm not going to bore you with it. Suffice to say, it is me, and this is the Cryptex Hunt 2019 Cryptex Magazine wrap-up video. So I'm going to do some thanks, and I'm going to talk about the hunt a little bit, and then I'm going to be giving away prizes, valuable prizes. So first of all, I want to thank everybody that was involved in this. There's a huge list. If I forget somebody, I'm very sorry. The first thing I wanted to thank, first and foremost, Darren Miller, who was the production designer guy for this whole thing. He was the editor, and he did a majority of the puzzles. And I'm a huge fan of his puzzles. I've always really liked his puzzle design. And so I was really glad that he was going to be taking on the mantle of this project. And I think he did an amazing job. I also want to thank Clue Keeper. They allowed us to use their app as a platform for the puzzle. And if you've never played any Clue Keeper puzzle hunts, you should. It's great. They've got a lot of stuff that you can do out there. Some free things and some pay hunts, and if you want to create your own puzzle hunts and things, you can get a hold of them and they will help you to manage that. Then copy editor was Sarah Wilson. She did a lot of the corrections on spelling and other errors, except for the ones that were supposed to be in there, errors that were supposed to be in. And then of course David Lewis, also known as Stripe, he did a lot of the programming and a lot of tech stuff, and he's invaluable in that area. He's able to get the stuff to us really, really quickly, and he works very, very hard for long hours, and I just wanted to thank him for that because he's really been helpful. Graphic design was done by Errol Ellimer. He's the guy that kind of put all of the magazine together, and I think it looks really professional. I'm really impressed at how he can do these things. I don't know where this guy gets his talent, but he's so talented at so many different things. He also wrote one of the puzzles, the Room Escape Divas puzzle, which gave me a little bit of a hard time, but I finally got it. Some of the other contributors that I want to mention, Manda Whitney. You may remember her last year if you needed a hint. She would hand you a dagger and go tell you to kill someone to get some gold, and then give that to her to get the hint. So she's kind of like Assassin's Guild person, but anyway, she helped out with this project as well this year. Then we had a lot of contributors for different puzzles. We had Rita Orlov from Post Curious, who did the Tale of Ord puzzle. Shannon McDowell from Maple Games, who did Conundrum. Logan Giannini, excuse me, from Enigma Emporium. Colin Sanders, who you may know as Dr. Exor, he was the one that won the Brexit Quest last year. He did Which Brexit Head Are You? And he did the Meta Puzzle, which, as you can see here, the Meta Puzzle, I actually rolled it up when I was doing it because I wanted to be able to get a good visualization of it. I said, you know what, I could probably make a Cryptex like that. And so right next to this is kind of a prototype design that I have. I've been working on for that particular Cryptex, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to do some code rings and engrave it with the exact letters that are on there. But I just put that down there because I thought it was really cool. It's made with black granite, and I just thought it was neat, so I did that. And then Ariel Rubin and Juliana Patel, they are the creators of Escape Room and Box, The Werewolf Experiment, which is a really great a game that I've played multiple times. I played it once to solve it, and then I've used it as a hosting game where I would go to a party and have some of my friends and host that. I would be Dr. Naw, and my wife would be Greta, and we would actually dress up as werewolves because we are silly and we do things like that. But we've done it a couple of times at parties, and it's a great deal of fun. So if you get a chance, if you haven't played it before, I would advise going to buy that. Then finally, I wanted to thank the Room Escape artists who were so kind to let us use their images in a puzzle, the Cryptex Flicks. And they are, if you're playing this, you've got to know who the Room Escape artists are. They have a blog series, a daily blog where they provide tips on escape rooms. They review escape rooms. They give advice about escape rooms. It's pretty much anything escape rooms and lots of games and things like that. And they're fantastic people. They're also going to be running some tours. There's going to be a New Orleans tour coming up here and a San Francisco tour where you can go and be around other escape room enthusiasts. And it's a fantastic opportunity if you get a chance to go. I'm hoping to go to the New Orleans one And if you do get a chance to go, they are fantastic, and they're great people, and they're really nice to let us use their images from their wedding, I think, in that puzzle. So to start up, I'm going to talk a little bit about some things we got on this table here. First of all, I've got the Cryptex Magazine cover. I actually was printing up, I've been printing up 50 copies of a limited edition version of the Cryptex Magazine to be giving out as prizes, and to the contributors and to other people like that, and making them available for purchase if you want to buy one. I'm not going to make money on it. I just want, you just have to pay the shipping costs and the printing costs, and you can have one of your own for your very own. That is to say, if you don't win one. Then we've also got this is the grand prize, the winner of this year's Cryptex Hunt, Dan Katz, is going to be receiving this beautiful 6 Code Ring Nevins line Bolivian Rosewood Cryptex. And on the other side over here, we've got a 6 Code Ring standard version, which is currently being represented in blue, but you can get that in any color you want. So if you're the one that wins the draw prize for that, you can have any one of these colors: white, red, blue, green, purple, black. Some of the other things that I have here, I've got, this is my voodoo doll that was made by Da Vinci Girl in Canada, and she does these macrame things. This was originally an Errol doll from last year, but since most of the puzzles were Darren's this year, I kind of changed it to Darren. You can see with my blue painter's tape written Darren, and he has a beard, so I put a beard on there. And I don't know if it worked or not, but if Darren, if you have a pain in your head, these are the puzzles that were causing me trouble. So he was kind of stabbed a few times. I also have a pile of nickels, which is something that I've been doing lately with puzzle hunts. Every time that I run into a place where I crash, or I make a mistake, or I get off center, or I look something up incorrectly, or I go down a rabbit hole or whatever, I put a nickel in a jar when it's something that, it's my fault, I did that. And so you can see in this puzzle hunt, there was quite a few of those times when I went down the wrong path, or made things harder than it was for myself. So, as for the prizes, this year we've got the person who completed the Cryptex Hunt first. It would be winning the Nevins Line Cryptex in Bolivian Rosewood, plus a copy of the limited edition Cryptex Magazine. Woo! Then the top 10 finishers are also going to receive Cryptex Magazine. So I wanted to mention who those are, if I can figure out how to use this thing. So I'm getting usernames because I don't have the actual first names or anything yet at this point. So Spelvin, I do know that is Dan Katz. He was the first person to finish the Cryptex Hunt this year. Second person to finish was Skog. Third person was A.W. Walker, followed by Sarah E. Walker. I think they might have been related. That was a team. Teaming up here to win. Not fair. Well, maybe it's fair. Totally fair. Then Green Herring was the fifth person. Sixth person was Projectile. And then seventh was Zatcher7. And eighth was Water Maximilian. Number 9 was BHH Nguyen. And number 10 was Sushi. And I'll be contacting each of you after this video has been published. And I will be trying to contact you so that I can get a mailing address so you can get your very own limited edition physical copy of the Cryptex Magazine. Which of course, it's a puzzle book in itself. So you don't have to, you can show it to friends, you can give it to a neighbor if they want to try and do the puzzle hunt and they don't want to download stuff. It's a fully functional thing, and it'll have the answers in it as well. So it's a nice little magazine, and it's a nice little souvenir of the hunt. After that, so the 11th through the 99th person are eligible for the draw prizes. And I'll be doing the draw prizes with dice, like I did last year, but this time we only had 99 finishers. So I'm going to be giving away 5 copies of the magazine, and then after that I'm going to do a final draw for the replica version of the main grand prize, which I said was 6 code rings. If you are in the top 10 finishers, you are not eligible for the magazine draw prize, but you will be eligible for the Cryptex draw prize. So anybody who was in the top 10, you still are eligible for this. But you can't win a magazine prize as well, because then you'd have 2 magazines, and who needs 2 Cryptex magazines? I don't know. Let's see. I think that's about it. I talked about the meta puzzle, Cryptex. I talked about this. I talked about that. Darren's Voodoo Doll magazine. Okay. Is that it? Have I talked about everything that I need to talk about? Okay, we're going to get right down to it. So, if you remember from last year, if you played last year, I'm going to be rolling some dice. You might recognize this glass was the similar one to what last year when we broke it. So I'm using a more durable glass this time. Hopefully I won't break it with the dice, and I might not shake it as violently as I did last year. But it's the same type of a situation, and this is a practice roll. I'm going to roll this out. And you can see these are percentile dice, so the tens columns are going to be in black, and then the red one is going to be the ones column. So if this was the actual number that was rolled, it would be a 25. So I don't think we're having anybody over 100. In fact, I know we don't have anybody over 100, so that won't be an issue. Anything that's going to be in the top 10 will be a reroll for the magazine, but it will be eligible in the Cryptex itself, final draw for the Cryptex itself. So we're going to be giving away 5 of these. I should get some paper to write this down because I'll forget. Let me see. Hold on.
You have a computer.
I'm old school. I like paper. Here we go. Okay. All right, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. So, the first magazine prize, valuable prizes, is going to be number, should I do it right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 43. So 43, the 43rd person to complete this puzzle hunt was Balthazar. Belthazar. So Balthazar, I will be contacting you soon about how to ship this to you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is just the cover that I printed out because the printer hasn't sent me the actual magazines yet. So it's going to be a little bit of a delay, but that's not what it's going to kind of look like that. But I wanted to have some kind of a visual representation. So, all right, so Balthazar's got the first one. Second prize, magazine draw. And by the way, Balthazar, you still are eligible for the Cryptex prize as well. Okay, second one. Number 69. So 69. 69th finisher. Oh, I forgot to mention, 69 is a guest. The people that are ineligible for this are going to be people who are guests. If you signed up as a guest, you're ineligible because I have no way of contacting or verifying who you were. It did state that in the rules that only eligible entries who have registered will be eligible to win prizes. Unfortunately, number 69, I don't know who you are. You're a guest. So I'm going to have to do that one over again. Also, people who were involved in the project or related to me in some way are also not eligible. So my wife and I can't win, which is not fair. I really wanted a Cryptex magazine, but so the second prize I'm afraid I have to re-roll because you're a guest. And if you want to win prizes, guest 426815 should have used your real name. Okay, so second prize again is, that's going to be a 100, which there wasn't a 100th person. So I got to read that one because we only had 99 people finish the hunt. So 64. 64th person is going to be, I don't know how to pronounce this. Seeger's team? Ceeger''S team. Seeger's team. You were the 64th person, and you've won a very own copy of a limited edition Cryptex Magazine. There we go. Okay. All right. So next roll, we've got number 51. So the 51st person is the Yawn Zone. THEYONZONE, 51, the Yawn Zone. Okay. I'm being told I have to wrap it up. They're playing the music now during the awards here. So the fourth one is number 80. Number 80. Who is number 80? Number 80 is Maktuba. Maktuba, you won a Cryptex Magazine. Congratulations, Maktuba. I wonder if you play the tuba. I don't know. Or maybe you like McDonald's. I don't know. All right. So the fifth and final Cryptex Magazine prize is going to number 3, which is not eligible because you were the third person to finish and you already got a magazine, so you don't get another magazine. That would just be greedy and selfish. So, okay. Final magazine is going to number 56. 56. We didn't do that one already, did we? No. 56. 56. Splunskhed. I don't know who Splunskhed is. SBLOUNSKCHED. Number 56. You have won the Cryptex Magazine. All right. Final. So all the magazines have been given away. This final roll is going to be for the Cryptex prize. And again, you can choose whatever color you want as long as it's blue. No, I'm kidding. It can be any color you want. So everybody is eligible for this except for guests, people that signed in as guests, myself or anybody that's involved in the Cryptex Hunt, which I've marked most of them, I think, and Dan, who won the original prize. So the top 2 through 10 are eligible for this Cryptex prize. So exciting. Here we go. Number 78. 78 hasn't already been done, so drum roll, please. Number 78 is Sean L81. SEANL81. That's right, 78, right? 78? 78. Sean L81. You've just won a Cryptex Draw Prize! Congratulations! Woo! So I will be contacting the winners shortly, and if you see this and you haven't heard from me, contact me and say, hey man, where's my prize? And I'll get your shipping information and transfer this all over and we'll get it all done. Hopefully none of you are like in really far away countries where I have to pay exorbitant amounts of shipping. You will, if there is an international order, you will be responsible for any import duties and taxes that you have to pay. I can't pay that, but I will pay the shipping to Mozambique or wherever you are. I don't know, Australia or the Outback or Mount Sinai, I don't know. Anyway, so thank you again so much for playing in the Cryptex Hunt this year. I hope to see you all next year. And until then, as Errol says, bye-bye!